You can take your mask off.
All right, I do get to take my mask.
All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to Ezra's Bar Mitzvah, where Ezra is going to become a Jewish adult. How do you feel about that, Ezra?
I mean, I like the idea of being a Jewish adult. I'm kind of scared.
Well, it's great. It's, a successful Jewish adult admits how they feel, so you're already on your way. Well done, sir. So the way this is going to work is we delayed Ezra's bar mitzvah a little bit, if anyone else has seen kind of how our B'nai Mitzvah has worked for CBS. We're kind of delaying all of them only because we're trying to wait and see what happens, but we decided this was the time to have it. So Ezra's going to read Bereshit, even though we're a little bit past that right now, but don't worry, he's going to do a great job on it, right, Ezra?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm going to wear a mask the whole time, just being safe and precautious. But Ezra here, who's vaccinated, he's going to not wear a mask. So you can see his beautiful and handsome face as he leads this service with us. All right, should we get going on this one?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
You feel right? You feel loose? You feel limber?
No, I'm in a suit.
Yes, right. Yes, you are. How often do you wear a suit, Ezra?
This is the second time I've done it, and the first time was at my other bar mitzvah for the Chabad.
We'll get into that later. This is Ezra's second bar mitzvah. Anyway, so I'm going to invite Ezra's parents up here to put the talit around him. And Ezra, why don't you head over to page 26 in your prayer book real quick? Hold on. Let me say the blessing first. Okay, yeah, no worries. I know you're excited.
We're so excited.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu v'tzotav v'tzivanu lehatef b'tzitzit.
Yay! All right, here we go. Great job. Well done. Is there any special significance with your talit here?
Not really, no.
But it's your talit, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is your talit. You get to have hold on to for the remainder of your life as a Jewish adult.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Let me get mine on real quick and we'll get started. Okay, if you have a prayer book, we encourage you to turn to page. Oh, say page 180.
Page 180, please. Also, if I can request someone if anyone can go on their phone and go to the live feed of this. Sometimes there's sound issues, and I'll have no idea unless someone says it on the live feed. So I would really appreciate that. Yeah. I hope we're not muted, but if we are, someone will say, we can't hear you. Yeah, so it's just helpful for me to know. Appreciate it, thank you. Okay, we're on page, what did I say, 180? 180, yes.
No, that's the wrong page, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hine Matov is on page... Sorry, 188.
Okay, sorry. Please turn to page 188.
Rabbi, I read you a stray there. You ready for this?
Yeah. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Okay, please turn to page 194. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai, rofei chol baser umafli la'oso. Okay, please turn to 218.
Wait, we get them together?
Yeah.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kohan Shema Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol Hamshema Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Okay, please turn to page 224. Yikadav, Yikadav, Shmei Rabbah, Bama Divra Hirute, Viamlech Malhute, Behayechon Uv Yomechon Uv Hayedechol Israel, Bagala, Uvizman Kari Vimru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mivara, Leolam Ulamei Amaya, Yitbara, Vyishtabak, Vyatpar, Vyaromam, Vyatnase, Vyatadar, Vyatale, Vyathalel, Shmedikachu, Brichu, Leolam and Ko, Berhata, Shirata, Tushbachata, Benechamata, Damaran, Bama, Vimru, Amen. Please rise. What?
226.
And turn to page 226, please.
All right, take your prayer book.
Baruch et Adonai Himivara, Baruch Adonai Himivara, Le'olam Va'ed. Okay, please be seated. I mean, you can seat yourself, if you want. Okay, please turn to 228. Oh, yes. Well, it's 229 I'm reading from, but yeah. In the beginning, even then, a new light was sown from the righteous, a promise that your light would become the catalyst, first for order and then for hope. Author of language and light, help us to use words as you have to cast light into dark waters and draw out justice and truth. Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMorot. We're on 230 now, and 231. Okay, once or twice in a lifetime, a man or woman may choose a radical leaving, having heard Lech Leah, go forth. God disturbs us toward our destiny by hard events and by freedom's now urgent voice, which explode and confirm who we are. We don't like leaving, but God loves becoming. Baruch atah Adonai habacher ba'amo Yisrael b'hava. Okay, page 233 now.
232.
Or 232, yeah. Shema Yisrael. What?
Yeah, copy wrong.
Right.
We can say please.
And please rise. Yeah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Mahato Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated.
You may be seated. Oh, what page now? 234. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anuchi mitzava ha'hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'velachtecha v'adare u'v'shachbaha u'vkumecha u'kshartam leot ayadeha v'hayu letodafot b'neinecha tavtam amazuzot beitecha u'visharecha. Please turn to 239. Okay,
I think we decided the top one, right? Was that what we
Okay.
decided? Hold on. Yep, that's what we decided.
Emet, there is no place where you are not, even in the wilderness there is your word. Emet, that pen that strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame, stir the souls of passion, guide our sacred way. True and enduring is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice.
I'll sing this part for you too.
Okay, please turn to page 240.
Lie, 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 lie,
la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai. Mi kamocha ne'adar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot osefele. Nora tehilot osefele. Lai 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 la 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 la.
Okay, 242. Okay, and please rise. Adonai shefatika ufiati tehilateh. Adonai shefatika ufiati tehilateh. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah. Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. El Hagadol, Hagibor, Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, Zocher Chasei Avot V'Imahot, V'Mevi Gula Livnei V'Nehem, L'man Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Hoser Moshiach U'Magin, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Ezra Sahara. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai,
V'chayei Hakol Atah, Rav Le'Oshia,
Mashav HaRuach Amorat HaGashem,
Mechakel Chayim B'Chesed, V'chayei Hakol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayim Emunato, L'Shenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, U'Midom Melach, Melech Memit, U'Mechayeh, U'Masmir Yeshua, U'Ne'eman Atah L'Chayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Chayei HaKol. Or read this part. Nekadesh et Shimcha ba'olam, Ki Shem Shoroshimo Tov B'Shnei Maron, Ka'ketuv al Yad Neviyecha, V'kara Ze'el Ze'v'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai kol haaretz, Baruch kevod Adonai, Nimkomo, Echad hu Eloheinu, Hu Avinu, Hu Malkeinu, Hu Moshienu, V'hu Yashmienu, V'rachamav le'anei kol chai, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Yetzion, Ledor Vador, Hallelujah. Ledor Vador Nagid God Lecha, U'metek Nisachim Kedushecha Nakish, Shivecha Elohim, Pinu Lo Yamush Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Continue silently until page 260. You may be seated whenever you like. Okay, page 259. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of our world. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise to you, Adonai, who blesses your people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Okay, please turn to the next page, 260.
Oh, say shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yakol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, Yakol Yisrael. Okay, now for the Torah reading, Ezra. You ready for this?
This is the part that makes me the most nervous.
Oh yeah? I know you're gonna do great. All right, so what we're gonna need to do is I want to invite your dad and your grandma up here, and we're gonna be on page 364. Remember, we're gonna pass the Torah. We practiced this. Yeah. We're gonna pass the Torah from one generation to the next. Okay, I'm gonna also ask everyone else to rise as we open the ark.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna hand the Torah off to your grandmother, who's gonna hand the Torah off to your dad, and he's gonna hand the Torah off to you. Thus the Torah passes through each generation of your family. Okay? You're gonna hold on to it for a few moments, all right?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Please rise.
Okay, you're just gonna face me. You guys did a great job, well done. Face me. Okay, you ready for this? We're on page 364. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah. Udevar Adonai Merushalayim. Turn the page. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. L'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonai Kadosh Shema. This part you face me back together. Okay, ready? Galu Adonai iti in Ramama Shehemo Yachdav. Okay, now we're going to put the Torah down. You all may be seated. Here, actually, no, let's do it one more time. I'm going to take this off. Here we go. I often joke the Torah is heavy and awkward, just like Judaism. Before you do the blessing out and hold this, you're going to take the seat, one seat, so like this one right here. You're going to put it right where you're going to read. And kiss it. There you go, beautiful. Okay, so remember, you're going to read that first line, and we're going to read it after you. Okay?
Yeah. Baruch Adonai Hamivarah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bacharbanu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Okay, so here's your yad. Remember, keep the yad on the text, okay? Don't lift that like that.
Yeah.
Hold on, don't start yet. Hold on real quick, I'm gonna follow you along for 2 minutes.
Okay. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz v'haaretz hayata tohu v'vohu v'chosheh al panei techom v'ruah Elohim mira hefet al panei hamayim Vayomer Elohim yehi or v'yehi or Vayar Elohim et haor ki tov v'yavdel Elohim ben haor uvein chachoshe echad. No, it is a chachoshe. Sorry. Vayikra Elohim laor yom u'choshe kara laila v'yehi erev v'yehi voker yom echad. Vayomer Elohim yehi rakia b'toch hamayim v'yehi mavdil ben mayim lamayim vayash Elohim et arkia v'yavdel ben hamayim asher mitachat l'rakia uvein hamayim asher me'al l'rakia v'yehi chen Vayikra Elohim l'rakia. No, wait. What? Vayikra Elohim l'rakia shemayim v'yehi erev v'yehi voker yom sheni. Vayomer Elohim yikvu hamayim mitacha. What? Okay. Mitacha tashamayim el mikom echad v'torah tadshe hayabasha. That one always gets me, always. V'yehi chen vayikra Elohim layabasha eretz u'mikvei hamayim kara yamim vayar Elohim ki tov v'yomer Elohim tadshe haaretz deshe esev mazria zera Eitz peri, ose peri, laminehu, asher zerovo, al haaretz v'yehi chen. Vatotze haaretz deshe esev mazria zera, laminehu, ose v'eitz ose peri, asher zerovo, laminehu, Vayar Elohim ki tov, v'yehi erev v'yehi voker yom shalishi. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam nata b'techenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Yasher Koach! Woo! Kol hakavod, you did it, young sir. You're now a Jewish adult.
Yay.
All right, that was exciting. All right, what we're going to do next is we're going to take the Misha Berach, the prayer for healing while our Torah is still out. Oh, man, but you feel better now, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So if you could turn to page, I think it's 361 of your prayer books. 371? 371 of your prayer books, thank you.
Where should I put this? I want to be able to open my prayer book. Put this back on top.
All right, so in our own community, let me find. Oh. Yeah, you gotta get that. There you go. You're figuring it out. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we're moving into our Mitzvah, our prayer for healing. In our own community, we're thinking about these members: Tina Mink, Chris Converse, Jennifer Eskridge, Ian Clift, David Tobias, Katie Flagel, Lindsay Raber, Mecca Purdy, Cheryl Embriani, Laura Allen, Susan Super, Mary Jo Robinson, Melba Cook, Emmy Webb, Stephen Lamp, Russell Kraft, Bill Ross, Alan Friedman, Russ Nog, Norma Haas, Ray Alice, Judy Cantor, Carol Revin, and Diane Kaplan. If there's anyone who you are thinking of who's in need of healing, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Misheberak avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And let us say, Amen. Misheberak imotenu mekor habracha liavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Okay. Now for the other hard part. You ready to lift this thing up?
Yes. I don't know which is harder, reading it or lifting it.
We're going to find out soon enough. All right, if I can have everyone stand, please, as we put the Torah back in the ark. Okay, so we're going to do, remember, that's very heavy on the left side, okay? So remember how I said
Maybe
for
I
you to
should
do,
hold the left side with my right hand because it's stronger.
like, kind of like this?
Yes.
I wouldn't do it that way if I were you.
Flip it around.
No, I want you to hold on to this.
Okay.
Okay, so what you want to do, you want to get it halfway out.
Yeah, and then
Then you want to bend your knees and lift it up. Don't worry if you lose your tali, I'll catch it. V'zot ha'torah asher Shem Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael Asi Adonai Yadad Moshe Adonai. Okay, sit down, sit down.
the other problem though is that like it's kind of easier to hold when it's open. So you tend to wrap it up and you gotta bring it in.
Just like you did. You got it? Yep. Don't sit down yet. Stay.
Okay. Probably a good idea. You may be seated.
It's go time for your speech. Ezra will now give us some words of Torah.
Okay. So, this is my speech, everyone. To summarize, Genesis 1 is pretty easy, and I'm certain most, if not all of you, have heard the story before. God creates the world in 7 days. On the first day, he made light On the second, the sky. On the third day, he made dry land and the seas. On the fourth day, he created the sun and the moon. On the fifth day, he created sea and air-dwelling animals. On the sixth day, land-dwelling creatures. And on the seventh day, he rested. He placed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and he told them not to eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge. Then a snake came along, and it tricked Eve into eating the fruit. She did not die as she had been told she would by Adam, and so she shared the fruit with him. And God punished them for disobeying him by throwing them out of the Garden of Eden. So that's the creation story, right? I think it is very odd that some people seem to believe that the theory of evolution and the creation story in Genesis are totally contradicting. And the reason I think this is because you have to remember that a part of why the Torah is still studied today is because it is supposed to be interpreted and is a living text. One interpretation comes from Solomon ben Isaac, better known as Rashi, who claimed that the earth may not have been created in 7 days, but in thousands of years. As proof, he quoted a psalmist who had written, "For a day in your sight is like 1,000 years." And we can expand upon this idea because ancient peoples had not yet, they didn't have the capacity to comprehend numbers like millions or billions. They didn't need those numbers. There weren't, so many things to count. I would also argue in some ways that Genesis 1 actually supports the theory of evolution, such as the line, "On the fifth day God brought forth birds out of the sea and creeping creatures of every kind." And for those who don't know, the theory of evolution, I should say that more clearly, states that the first life came from the ocean and evolved to live on land. Furthermore, the creation story itself could have been an oversimplification of events so that the Israelites could understand it. The Torah was also, for a long time, spread orally by word of mouth, meaning it could also have been diluted, whether by simple miscommunication, translation errors, or even further simplification for those who still couldn't quite understand it. Inversely, through oral tradition, Genesis may actually have been changed for the better by generations of Israelites trying to make it clearer and adding to it, which could mean that at one point the creation story was even more vague than it is now. More evidence to support my theory that Genesis and evolution don't go against each other, but rather support each other, is that both the Torah and the Big Bang Theory agree that the universe started with a flash of light, and then planets were formed, and, where I'm missing a page, shoot. No, it's missing. Part of it's missing. Basically what I'm saying here is that both Genesis 1 and the Big Bang Theory state that the universe started with a flash of light, and then planets were created, and then et cetera, right? And that's how we are here today. See, I feel like... Okay. So, those are a few pieces of evidence that I think, sort of things that just kind of line up, right? That sort of support each other. And like I said, it's kind of interesting that, because of course, God might have said these things to Adam and Eve, told them how he created the world and stuff, in as simple a way as possible, because he's not going to explain, like, how planets are formed and how evolution works and stuff like that, because they basically just came into existence and have no idea what's going on. So, thank you everyone for coming and watching online or in person. Thank you to Rabbi Abram for helping to prepare me for this day. Wait a minute. This is the ending of, this is someone else's ending speech. It's referring to me in the third person. What in the world? Okay. Thank you all for coming here, online or in person, for teaching me, Torah and all of this. Yeah. Thanks for this suit, by the way. Very fancy. And the tzitzit. They're also great. Tali, whatever. So yeah, this is kind of going wrong, so I'm going to stop now.
You're doing great, Ezra. You're doing great.
Okay. Thank you all for coming, or tuning in.
Okay. Ezra, you're going to stay there. You're going to stay there. I want to invite your parents up here to say a few things.
Yeah, that's what happened. You kind of started mine. Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank everybody online for coming. And thank you, Rabbi Abram, for preparing Ezra for this day. A bar mitzvah is a once-in-a-lifetime event and one that Ezra got to do twice, which is a tremendous amount of work. He wanted to share this special event with both of the congregations that contributed to Ezra's Jewish education. In the process of these two bar mitzvahs, I've gained an enormous amount of respect for Ezra and how hard he's willing to work. He's been consuming a lot of his time with studying, and he's working every day on it, and I've been just super proud of how much effort he's put into it. On top of all this hard work, we've recently had a new baby, and he's been helping out a lot with that, both with taking care of the new baby and with taking care of the younger kids, while we take care of the baby. There's been a lot of additional expectations and responsibilities placed before him, and he's really risen to the occasion and taken on those responsibilities.
Wait, Toby. Please don't mess with this stuff. You're only allowed to be up here if you're gonna be good. Also, where'd your keeper go?
Can people hear us?
Probably not. I'm excited to see him grow up, and I can't wait to teach him to drive. I know he is going to contribute great things to the community, and I couldn't be prouder. Congratulations, Ezra, on your bar mitzvah.
Hello. I didn't write anything. I was just going to go ahead and talk. Ezra was born in the last year, or the third year, actually, of medical school down in Little Rock, and his naming ceremony was at about the same time of October. He was born on September 11th, though. Interesting that his Torah portion is Genesis, because he was the beginning of a lot of things for me. He was the reason that I partnered with his father, and we have these kids, and the reason I came back to Alaska to practice medicine. And so, in a lot of ways, I owe the blessings that are in my life to Ezra's showing up in mine. So I love you, and I'm very proud of you. And I'm so happy to be here today. Thank you, everyone.
No, come here, Ezra. You're staying up here. This is your day. All right, Ezra. I cannot believe you accomplished two bar mitzvot, I guess you're doing a plural here, within the last, 2 months? Didn't you do your other one in August?
Yeah.
And so when your parents connected with me about this and told me that you're going to study for both, I was dubious this would work out. There is so much work and responsibility on putting together and studying for a bar mitzvah. However, as soon as we started working together, I was impressed, Ezra, by your dedication and your commitment. Most of our famous Jewish scholars, including Rashi, who you mentioned in your own sermon, they had day jobs and studied and wrote Torah during their off hours. And I really felt like Ezra here channeled the spirit of these ancient Jewish masters. Ezra is, of course, a full-time student. He's also a full-time brother. And he still managed to complete not one, but 2 bar mitzvot. And he even looked handsome in that suit his parents got him while doing it. Ezra, the blessing I want to offer you this morning is a little bit different than the ones that I usually offer most Jews who, towards the end of their B'nai Mitzvah process. I know that you will use your dedication and your intelligence to lead an interesting and fruitful life. But I more urgently wish for you is rest. You deserve some self-care, Ezra. I hope that sometime soon, maybe even starting this afternoon, you can relax and hopefully play some video games. And because you never know when you will be called to accomplish something as important as what you accomplished today. So Ezra, may Adonai bless you and protect you. May Adonai deal kindly and gracious with you. And may Adonai bestow favor upon you and grant you peace. Okay, we're almost towards the end of this, huh? All right. Well, we're gonna conclude with the Elenia, which you can find on page 587 of your prayer books. And when you arrive there, everyone arrive.
Oh, yeah. Please rise. 587.
Grab it. Lin l'shabbat adon hakol la'tei gidula le'osher b'reshit shehu samcha kinu le'achedek shemo v'yoralinu lahamlik malchuto v'anachnu korim u'moshacharim u'modim lifnei halek malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Turn to page 591.
And you're interrupting. Yes. After we stop recording.
V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Okay. Please turn to page 598. May they be seated.
No, we're going to keep standing.
Okay. Keep standing.
If there's anyone who you are thinking for or mourning for our mourners cottage, please feel free to say their names out loud or in your hearts. Zikrunan livracha, may the memory be for a blessing. Yit gadal, yit gadash, shemei rabbah, be'elma divra kriyotev yamlik malchuteh, b'chayechon uvyamechon uvchayed chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarak le'olam ulamei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu. Le'alamin kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'elma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleni v'yakol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleni v'yakol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, amen.
You may be seated.
Okay. I think we're going to conclude with our closing melody is the one we started with Hine Matov, which is on page 188. Just to bookend this thing.
This is why I've got a whole bunch of tags on.
I know. I don't have a lot of tags. You're right. Ready? Go for it.
Yeah. Hine
Tovu
matovu
manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom! Woo! You're a Jewish adult, Ezra. Welcome. Mazel tov. All right, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for coming.